Hey, what's up guys? Hope you're doing well. Well, I'm a little bit bummed out, even though I don't sound like it, because as I'm shooting this video right now, it is a snowstorm outside. And the forecast wasn't calling for this, and unfortunately I have to drive into the city today. I don't have my winter tires on yet, so should be fun. Anyways, this is an FAQ video, so I want to answer 4 questions that I've recently received this past week on Facebook or on YouTube. And I think you'll get some good value out of these. So, first one is, are there any foods that burn belly fat? And I know there's a lot of different products out there that are, or experts touting that you can eat avocados or chocolate and they'll actually help burn belly fat. Here's the reality, guys. I'm just going to give you an example of the avocado, okay? Avocados are great. They're awesome food. They contain 300 calories per avocado, okay? Of those 300 calories, about 90% of those calories are fat. And predominantly, the main fat in avocados is called oleic acid, which is a monounsaturated fat, which is a great fat, and it's been shown to reduce reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease, like heart disease and stuff like that. And apparently, some studies have shown that oleic acid promotes fat burning. Now, I'm not really too sure of the science behind that. It doesn't really make that much sense. I know that omega-3s are correlated with an increased metabolism and an increased use of energy production. Okay, but generally, the longer chain fatty acids like oleic acid do not get used, or they don't really promote fat burning. So I know there's a lot of misinformation out there, guys, and believe me, this really frustrates me as well, and that's why I'm working hard on really giving you peace of mind. So February is going to be a really, really important month, because that's when you're going to be able to sleep better at night and not have to worry about these kind of ridiculous answers or ridiculous questions anymore, because I'm going to give you the answers once and for all. So anyways, so are there any specific foods that burn belly fat? Not really. There is some correlation or some research that shows, or pretty much most research shows, that caffeine will promote overall fat loss. Why? And specifically perhaps in your abdominal area. Well, your abdominal fat has more receptors called beta-adrenergic receptors, and I've talked about this in my free abs course, in the abdominal area. So those receptors are stimulated by caffeine. So that's why a lot of people think that, like with fat burning pills, they'll have caffeine and sometimes ephedra, which is not a good combination, but they'll have caffeine in them because caffeine speeds up your metabolism, first and foremost, and secondly, it targets those specific receptors in your abdominal fat cells. So yes, caffeine can, to some degree, accelerate your body's ability to burn fat, but is it a good thing to do on a daily basis? No. Okay? There's much more effective ways at burning total body fat, and by now, hope you know that it comes down to great workouts and a great diet. That's pretty much as simple as it is. So no specific foods are going to burn belly fat, more so than your overall diet, more so than your overall exercise plan. Don't be fooled. Don't be led otherwise. Okay? Second question. Can you store fruit in the fridge? You can do anything you want. Yes, you can store fruit in the fridge, but remember, fruit in nature is not in a fridge. Okay? So ideally, your fruit should be stored on a counter, room temperature, and when it goes bad, it goes bad. Okay? So the idea is that you want to eat fruit. You want to eat fresh fruits and vegetables in their natural fresh state as soon as possible, because if they've gone bad and if you need to put things in the fridge so that you're preventing them from going bad, then that means that you're just kind of letting them sit around for too long. So yes, you can. I mean, if you get bananas and they start going black, what I'll do a lot of times is I'll actually put them in the freezer and I'll then use them as kind of like an ice / banana addition to some of my smoothies in the future. So instead of throwing them out, I'll just save them for a later date, okay? Now, but again, I mean, you can do anything you want, really. Realistically, I keep some of my fruit in the fridge, berries, pineapple, stuff like that. But ideally, most of it should be sort of room temperature and eaten as close to, the time you purchase it as possible. But really, it doesn't really matter, right? It's not a huge deal. Okay, so next question. Can you make an anti-candida green smoothie? So a lot of the green smoothies I've made, and a lot of the smoothies that I talk about, and the recipes I give you in Eating for Energy are fruit-based. Okay, so the issue with candida is that candida is a yeast in your body, and it kind of starts out in the gut and the colon, and it feeds off sugar. So if you're eating a lot of fruit, you're kind of feeding the candida itself. Now, there's different fruitarians that claim that eating a high fruit diet is not the problem with candida. It's the fats and the fact that whatever. The issue is that if you're eating sugar, you're going to be feeding the yeast. Okay, so the idea is that if you want to eliminate candida, let me first off tell you that it's a very, very regimented 6-month protocol minimum of like eating no sugar at all. It's like greens and protein, and that's it. Nothing, like no fruit, no grains, nothing. Is that sustainable for even 1% of the population? Probably not. Okay, so I'm going to give you some ideas here, smoothie-wise, to reduce the sugar load that could be feeding the yeast. So the first thing you want to look at is removing the high sugar fruits, from those smoothies. So things like mangoes, pineapple, banana, those tropical fruit that are higher in sugar, you want to minimize those because those are really going to get right in there. Instead, go for the more moderate, higher fiber fruits. So berries are awesome. So blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, any of those berries are amazing to throw into a smoothie. Apples and pears are very good as well. That's what I would kind of start with as additions to your green smoothies. So if you want to throw in any greens, kale, Swiss chard, lettuce, anything you want, add in some apple or pear, throw in some berries if you like, and then don't forget to squeeze the lemon or lime juice in there to really cut the green alkalinity taste and so kind of bring everything to life, okay? So hopefully that helps you out with that question. The final question I want to answer is based on the email that I sent out earlier this week, giving you guys my 3-day workout plan, and hopefully you've been following it as well. A lot of you have been asking what's the difference between Fitter U and Fitter U Fitness. Well, Fitter U, these are both two of my well-known fitness programs. Fitter U is for beginners. It's the first program that I ever developed, and it's a 12-week program mainly catered to somebody who's out of shape, needs to lose weight, needs to get kind of back into the groove, and wants and needs coaching and support along the way. Okay, so you've got my voice over your headphones. Again, it's downloadable to your iPod or MP3 player. You take it with you to the gym, or you can do the workouts at home. Very minimal equipment, stability ball, a couple dumbbells, and a step. That's pretty much it. And the nature of the workouts, again, revolve around circuit training and interval training, but they're toned down a little bit. So they become slightly more intense over the 12 weeks. As you get fitter, the workouts become progressively more challenging. But again, it's catered mainly towards the beginners, somebody who's more out of shape, who hasn't exercised that much in the past, or who's taken a lot of time off exercising and is looking to get back into it. Okay, so that's Fitter U. The website is myfitteru.com. And if that's you, that's great. Now, Fitter U Fitness is the kind of the sequel to Fitter U. A lot of people ask, what do I do when I'm done the 3-month program? The initial Fitter U, we developed Fitter U Fitness, and it's more advanced, it's more intense. The workouts are shorter, and they're focused more on the advanced user, the advanced exerciser, the more of a hardcore exerciser. And actually, these are the workouts that I do a lot of the time. They're very high intensity metabolic type workouts, similar to like a P90X or an insanity type of workout, but you don't have to do them 6 or 7 days a week, and they don't last 2 hours. Okay, they're 30 minutes. I think the longest workout actually in Fitter U Fitness is like 35 minutes. So they're short, they're intense, they're specifically geared to training more like an athlete to help you burn more fat. So that is the answer to the final question there. And Fitter U Fitness, the website for that is www.fitteru, as in the letter U, fitness.com. Check that out. And that takes us to the end of our FAQs for today. So thanks again for your questions. I'm going to go make a snowman, I think. And hopefully our car isn't buried in the snow, and hopefully it's safe enough to drive. Anyways, I will talk to you very shortly. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.